Hello guys, welcome to the channel, Bob here, and welcome to Ommog's Guide to Being a Good Shaman. Or Ommog's Guide to Being da Shaman. Da best Shaman, maybe. Anyway, yes, this is a new series, and this is going to be the focus of my time from now on. I spent 2 or 3 weeks kind of reading and researching about lots of different stuff. Mostly kind of ogres and shaman. Within and without of Everquest, you know, lots of different things. When I used to have a hobby shop, I used to play Warhammer, and I've got some Ogre Kingdoms models, and I'm planning on kind of painting one. It's going to be I might have to kind of modify it a bit and change some bits. But I'm going to try and find one that looks a bit like Ommog, and do some painting and stuff. But yeah, so I've been kind of researching this series for 2 or 3 weeks now. We're pretty much ready to go, and I've been kind of, as I said, I've been looking at Shaman, sort of in and out of Everquest. It's kind of real Shaman, which I might kind of talk about a bit at some point. Ogres, kind of ogre lore within Everquest, because ogre lore in Everquest is really interesting. And I'll talk about that a bit. We'll talk about green mist and all that kind of thing at some point, and I'll kind of read some lore and whatnot. Yeah, so this is a new series. So to some of you, it won't come as any surprise, I don't think. I've spoken to a couple of you in game about it, and it's something that you've seen other videos. I'm not going to make any excuses up or tell you the whys or wherefores, but if you've been watching videos recently, you kind of read between the lines. You sort of understand where this series is coming from. And this is going to be, as I said, my focus. This is going to be my shaman, and I'm going to be sort of as I've been doing before I've started the series, I'm going to be kind of immersing myself in the whole thing. I'm going to, as I said, I want to talk about the ogre lore. I'm going to kind of be role-playing in game. I want to try and add a bit of role-playing flavour to the videos, which might be in the sort of, I'll have to see how it works, but it might be in the vein of like captions or like subtitles, that kind of thing. And I just want to kind of make it fun, and because that's kind of one of the things that I think I've been missing in Everquest for some time now, probably since I've been sick, but that's not unusual, I think, because when you're sick and you're sick long term, it really drags you down. And it kind of just affects everything you do. Everything is just a lot more difficult than it used to be. And that's kind of, I guess, that's partly why I've started again, I think, probably because I was logging into my old characters, not really enjoying them. I've kind of come to associate them with being sick. And although I'm still ill, I kind of just want a fresh start. And this is what it's going to be. So I hope you enjoy it, because as I said, I'm going to try some different things, and I'm going to kind of be immersing myself within this, and we'll see how we go. This is also going to be a leveling guide, and probably primarily it will be a leveling guide, I guess. But from that there'll be kind of shaman stuff as well. Now, I mean, obviously, I don't know everything. So if any of you have got any tips or anything that you want me to point out, I can do that as we go along, or anything, or is there anything that I miss? Fine. Just leave a comment, and I'll get to it in a future video. So yeah, level 1, Shaman of War. I haven't killed anything yet. I've handed in my cloak. I've handed in my note, I should say, and that's it. Ommog's got all of my shaman stuff that I've collected over the time I've been playing on P99. But obviously you can see he's bare-chested, because ogre tradition dictates that your first lizard man kill, you got to be bare-chested. So that's what we're doing. Ralos Zek requires that. So it's traditional amongst ogres. If you're not doing it, well, I suggest you go and read your ogre. That's all I can say. So that's what we're going to be doing. So as I said, this will probably be primarily a leveling guide to show you what I do, different places that I'll visit, but also it'll be we'll talk about a number of different things, and we'll see how we go. But anyway, the first part, I think, probably is first lizard man. Now I'm using I'm using my poisoned wind sensor at level 1, and that's fine because it's got a fast delay. You know, that's the only reason. It's got a fast delay, so you can get away with using it before level 20. I'm kind of doing it mostly because I want to keep that skill going. I've kind of got weapons from the 3 weapon skills to use, but I don't know if I want to keep swapping between the 3. So what I might do is keep the blunt ones max through combat, and yeah, and then kind of just use skill points to raise up spear a bit, and then maybe start using that when I get a bit higher in level. Okay, so this first video is going to be concentrating on the Feerrott, and I kind of want to. So a lot of people don't seem to like the Feerrott, but I think it's a brilliant starting zone, particularly for Shaman for buying your spells. I think one of the problems that people have is they get lost. So let's address that first of all. Look for the kind of like the moon-shaped altar. I don't know if it's dark elf in origin. I'm not sure. Maybe ogre even. I really don't know. I'll have to check that. But look for this, and then find the branching road, and basically just stay on this road here. Don't leave the road at all. No need to. There's no need to leave the road. There are tons of mobs here that you're going to fight. You will find mostly lizard men or lizzies. That's what we'll be fighting. We want lizzie meat. Let's pull this guy over here. And I'll go into why lizard meat is so important further on in the video. So that's basically it for the first section of the video. We're going to be following this road. This road actually leads through to Innerfall Swamp. If you follow it all the way through, it'll take you through to the swamp where the trolls live. We'll be probably spending a couple of levels there, but my plan is to spend levels 1 to 5 here. So the most important thing is to kill every lizzie man you find. Every lizard man, bash them lizard men. That's what we've got to do. Everyone, pull it. I don't care what level you are. If they go green at level 5 or whatever, and you're still here, just still keep pulling them because it'll all be worth it in the end. The main reason for it is because like all humanoid mobs in Everquest, they drop armor, so they'll drop various cloth armor. You probably even get a set of it while you're here if you're starting off fresh as an ogre. Yeah, and you probably get some extra. I mean, you'll be killing so many lizard men, you'll probably get some extra bits to sell as well. Or you could just always just sell them all basically, and not worry about armor for the start. That's maybe what I would do, because that will just give you a bit more money to do your spells with, buy your spells with. Let's buff a bit. Let's get the buffs up. Now what I'm going to be doing is I haven't given. Well, I was going to say I haven't given. I gave Ommog a weapon to sell for a couple of gold, so he was able to buy burst of flame and strengthen. But that's the only gold he has at the moment. Or the only money he has. So what I'm going to be doing basically is I'm going to be buying my level 5 spells the way that you would, based on pickups from lizard men and stuff, and from a quest that we're going to do. That's why it's important to pick up the meat. So yeah, so like all humanoid mobs, the lizard men will drop weapons, cloth armor, and meat, and that's what we want to be picking up. And it's a good start. I mean, the thing is, it's, as I said, I kind of read quite a lot of bad stuff about the Feerrott, but I really can't kind of praise it enough. It's the thing to remember is not to go running around, like a kind of a mouse trapped running around a skirting board trying to find a way out. That's just not. Just follow the road that I mentioned to you, and you'll be fine. And just keep killing the lizardmen broodlings. Now, one thing I should probably point out for this guide is that, as I said, I've twinked myself. So what you'll probably find is that you'll when I'm fighting mobs, certain mobs I'm going to sort of be fighting, and they're going to be probably, if you're starting off and you're not twinked, they're going to be maybe mobs you're not going to be able to kill. So you may just have to watch the video and rein your expectations in as to what you can kill. I mean, if I was you, I'd kill the skeletons as well, because they will also drop armor. They also drop armor and weapons. There you go. I'm going to add some spiderlings into my diet. I think probably I do like a spider's leg. That's crunchy, the spider's legs. And then you got the body, and you squish it, and it's all slime comes out. And oh yeah, as any good ogre will tell you, spider body pie is a thing of beauty. Yeah. Yeah. So as I said, just rein in your expectations when you're if you're watching the video, and I'm killing stuff that's yellow or even con. You know, you might be able to, but it's going to be much harder. So just look at the mobs and make your decision based on based on what you think you can cope with or not. But really, just killing lizard men for the first sort of 2 or 3 levels is going to be fine. You can add spiderlings in and stuff maybe when they're blue and even con. There's the odd wolf that wanders around. Skeletons, as I said. He's yellow con, this one. I probably need to swap my two-handed blunt, 9 two-handed blunt skill. I think 10 is probably maximum for level 2. Is it 5 per level? I think. Or is it 5? Is it 4 per level plus 5? I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll have a little swap around just to keep stuff going at a similar rate. Now in this video, as I said, I kind of want to concentrate. I want to sort of also talk about shamanism a bit, and I've been looking through some stuff online and watching some YouTube videos. I kind of want to try and find a decent book on it, but I'm not going to be. I'm certainly not going to be practicing any shamanism. I don't think my body at the moment will deal with any hallucinogenic drugs, so I'll have to give that a miss. But yeah, I'll talk about it and sort of, you know, trying to compare it to Everquest, how the Everquest shaman kind of relates to real shaman and that kind of thing. That'd be quite interesting, I think, probably. This was not a good thing, particularly when you keep missing. Okay, so I think we should be okay. Yeah, but I'm trying to watch some videos online, but it's difficult because the videos and documentaries I've been watching, it seems that shamanism videos and documentaries and stuff seem to be they seem to be pretty much the domain of white middle-aged doctors and scientists, basically, and they're the way they put things across, the way they talk and stuff, it's not particularly interesting. The thing with scientists and doctors as well is that there's so much of it is supposition. You know, I'm always amazed at how little fact there seems to be in a lot of sciences. It's funny, really. Science should be fact, but a lot of it is just opinion and supposition. You know, and I kind of tend to try to avoid that sort of thing. But the only other option seems to be with what I normally do is walk up to this little T-junction here and then just run back again. If you see a Lizzie, pull him. I haven't been doing that, but you should, particularly if you're new and you've got no you're starting off, you've got no money or anything. That's the way to go. Yeah, but you've got the middle-aged kind of, you know, white doctors and scientists, or you've got middle-aged men who, like, probably doctors and scientists, but they've kind of taken the stereotype too far. Like you look at their sort of, you know, their kind of dress sense and stuff, and you've got hats with feathers in, and you know, they kind of look like a shocking cross between, I don't know, like a folk singer, heavy metal, and, you know, it's just a horrible combination. And yeah, they just don't look particularly. They're just not particularly appealing to watch or listen to. You know, there's no personality there, no charisma. So that's yeah. So but hopefully I'll find something decent to watch. But I'm looking for a decent book as well. So as I said, we'll talk about shamanism in a future video. But for today, we're just kind of getting off and running. And that's kind of what I'll do. Is I'll probably go away now and just go through this process of collecting some meats and killing some lizzies, and then I'll come back and show you what you do with a which is what I think is a pretty decent quest. It's not the XP is not particularly great. You know, it's not sort of what would you call it? It's definitely not Nullfang kind of level, not even remotely. But the money you get from the quest will allow you to buy your spells at level 5 and all your level 1 spells. So yeah, that's quite heavy. That I don't know if I wanted to pick that up or not, but we will anyway. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'll go away and bash some more Lizzies, and then I'll be back. Hello, guys, welcome back. And I'm just going to go and show you that Lizzie meat quest. We'll turn that in, and we'll also talk about something else. And I'll kind of show you how much kind of cash I've gathered, how much loots since I've been doing this. As I said, I didn't have anything to start off with apart from a couple of gold to buy those 2 spells that I mentioned. So when I sell my stuff and do the quest, that's pretty much everything I'll have is what I've got from just starting off. So yeah, one of the things I did pick up for any budding shaman that you need to look out for is a cracked staff. More than one if you can get them, because it's going to be a pretty good shaman starting weapon. I think is it 535 or something, the damage delay? 532, so that's not bad at all actually. If you're just starting off, so look out for a cracked staff. If you're for your shaman, you definitely want to be using that. If you get another one, they sell for over a plat, so that's pretty useful. Level 5 spells are like 5 gold each, I think, so that's a couple of spells. So that's yeah, you can't go wrong with one of those. So let's talk about race choice for shamans, I think, probably, because this is going to be, as I said, a general guide as well as a leveling guide, and what you should choose. I noticed on the forums that this question comes up quite a lot, even though there are a lot of threads on it already. There's like loads of them. So I've played an ogre to 50, a troll to 43, and a barbarian to 40, and a couple of bouncers together. I was wondering if someone may have been fighting them or not. Quite often, the bouncers will get a rough time from pretty much any race other than ogre and troll, I think. Comes and kills them. Yeah, so on the forums it's a big topic, even though there are a load of threads on it. My opinion, having played what I've mentioned, is that there isn't a bad choice for shaman. There just simply isn't a bad choice. You can't make a bad decision. And in light of that, I think probably you then need to kind of play Fashion Quest and basically choose the race you like looks of the most, or choose the one with a lore that you like the most, or the bear form, the bear that you like. That to me is the thing to do, because you can't. The thing with shaman spell. Let's just do this quest first. So this is Ommog. He's in the Shadow Knight Guild of the ogres, and you basically give him 4 Lizzie meats essentially. Let's move this over here somewhere, and he will give you a rusty 2-handed sword and a bit of experience. Not a huge amount of experience. Let's see how much am I getting per. Okay, so 2%. So yeah, that's not going to win any prizes, but that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it for the swords, because the swords sell for over 2 gold, almost 3 gold actually. I think it's 2.7 gold they sell for. So that goes a long way to helping you with your spells. Okay, let's go and sell my stuff. Yeah, so racial choices. So really, when you look at the shaman spell set is amazing. Probably only second to enchanters, I think, with regards to utility. I mean, necromancers have a lot of utility for themselves, so I can understand if you're that way inclined, the way you want to play, then necromancer maybe. I don't even think then necromancer beats out a shaman, to be honest with you. Let's sell this stuff. Yeah, 2.7 gold, almost 2.8 gold per sword. So that's a quest. Turn in the lizard meats to Ommog, and everything you get, just sell it, basically. Yeah, so the spell set is so good. You can heal yourself, you can regenerate your health, you can increase your mana. You can regenerate your own mana back with a cannibalized line of spells. You can buff. You've got some damage, direct damage. You've got dots. You've got probably, I think, along with charm, I would say the most OP spell in the game, which is slow. If you're fighting, I guess generally warrior mobs, but if you're fighting warrior mobs, kind of almost irrespective of what level you are, up to a point, you know, yeah, it's just ridiculous how overpowered it is. I mean, slow will essentially make a warrior mob pretty much, you know, incompetent, essentially. just unable to really deal any damage at all. There are exceptions, of course, and after a certain level, soloing, you know, I mean, I quite like to tank and stuff. And that becomes quite difficult at a certain level. Let's see how much we've got at the moment. Okay. So so far I've earned 7 plat for myself. And that was basically what you saw. That was just doing, picking up stuff from mobs, selling it, doing the meat quest. Awesome. Really, really awesome. Let's go. Is that the, let's go this way back, yeah. I don't think we need to visit the Shaman Guild yet. We're only level 3, so yep, no spells yet. I'll pick up the other level 1 spells when I go back for the level 5 ones. Nothing there that's particularly... I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Nothing that's particularly desperate at this moment. Yeah, when you look at the line of spells they've got, and also at 60 you get Torpor, which is another just crazily overpowered spell. Yeah, it's... race just doesn't matter. I wouldn't actually recommend anyone picks a race they don't like just because of a racial ability. If you like Barbarian, pick a Barbarian, because at level 60 you're going to be able to do stuff pretty much of a similar level to what everyone else is doing. You'll be able to kill the same mobs. Now, you may be a little less efficient, I will say that, than a troll or an ogre maybe, or an Ixar. But I think the whole point of the game is to really you need to be playing what you want to play from the off. So yeah, so my opinion is that there isn't a bad choice with Shaman, because their spells, it's the same with enchanters really. Although enchanter races don't really get any particular perks with regards to racial abilities. I guess Dark Elves get hide and stuff, but yeah, that's not. I don't think as much of an impact personally, having played a Dark Elf enchanter. Yeah, so as I said, I think you've got to go for what you want to go for. Whatever race you want to choose that, and don't look back and think, well, if I was a troll with a regen, or if I was an ogre with a frontal stun, you know, don't get into that mindset, because I've done that before, and it kind of ruins the game. It can ruin the game. It certainly did for me for a period of time. And yeah, and that's all I've got to say about it, really. Well, that's all I've got to say about what I think you should do. If you're not bothered, regards to what's the best, you know, if you don't care what the Shaman races look like, you're not interested in the lore, you just want the most efficient one. A lot of people probably shout me down for this, but I would actually pick a troll, particularly if you're a new player. See, regeneration is... I'll talk about frontal stun immunity in a minute, but regeneration is an amazing thing. It's... I think it's probably the best racial ability in the game by some margin. For kind of 99.9% of play you will experience, you know, I think it's probably by far the best one. And it really is quite amazing. And people kind of look at it and they think to themselves, well... I mean, if I've... Let's get up the... let me just go to the... let's go to the wiki. And we'll just run some numbers, I reckon. That's what we need to do. Because you can't really look at it per tick, personally, I don't think. Because then you're just looking at it very, very, very short term. Let's have a look at some... Regeneration is no big shakes, really, until you kind of get to level 50. And then for a sitting... For a sitting troll or Ixar, it goes up to 12. But we'll the standing comparison is normally a bit less, so we'll kind of talk about that. So level 51 to 55, a standing troll or Ixar will regenerate 6 per tick. A standing ogre or barbarian will generate 2. That's 4 more per tick. Now, if you kind of look at it in that sense, it's like, well, okay, you know, you get regeneration. Is it regrowth? the highest level regeneration. What's that? 15 a tick, I think, maybe, is it, or something? I think probably. I think Chloroplast is 10 a tick. So 15 a tick. You think, oh well, I get 15, but looking at that over a longer period of time, if you take it like for an hour, for example, if you take it over an hour, four extra points per tick. 4 extra hit points per tick. 10 ticks a minute. That's 40 hit points. Times that by 60 over an hour. That's 2,400 hit points. A troll or an Ixar is going to regenerate over an ogre or a barbarian. That's pretty crazy. And that's always going. That's always on. You know, it's not an ability that kind of, it's only situational. You know, like frontal stun immunity. That is constantly going. So if you think over a period of hours, days, weeks, months, years that you're playing a character, I mean, how many hit points are you going to regenerate more than a non-Ixar or troll? Hundreds of thousands, like millions even. A shaman is not really going to be at 100 health, I would say, when you're in a grouping or a solo in combat situation. It's not going to happen. You know, you're cannibalising all the time for mana, so yeah, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, I mean, I think that the troll is the min-max option because the stats are a bit better than Ixar's. You got, I mean, they sort of, you know, they talk about sort of Ixar having an AC bonus and that kind of thing. I think itemization gets better for Ixar's in Velius and stuff, but I would just pick troll because starting stats are better. And I think you've also got to take into account the jaundice bone armor stuff. Jaundice bone braces. Some shamans seem to love it, and I can't imagine a situation where it wouldn't be amazing, really. Even when you get your epic, but that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just me, I guess. And some shamans seem to swear by it, but I wouldn't want to not have the option. So that's why I'm choosing troll. I just think that regeneration is astonishing, and kind of people say at 60. If you're lucky enough to get torpor, first of all, because not every shaman's probably going to get it. Not every shaman's going to get to 60, I would guess. Yeah, if you get to 60, apparently torpor, non-regenerating races say that torpor doesn't, kind of negates the effect of regeneration. But I just don't see how that would happen. Whenever you're not casting torpor, you're regenerating. So it just makes no sense at all. At level 60, a troll is going to regenerate 4,800 hit points more than an ogre or barbarian at level 60 per hour. That's just astonishing. 10 hours play, like nearly 50,000 hit points. Just I don't. That's never negated by any spell. I don't think personally. Certainly, obviously, torpor is a ridiculously powerful spell. Being able to sort of heal yourself and cannibalise up and keep doing that to regain your mana is just astonishing. But always casting torpor. There'll be a lot of instances where you're less than 100% life, and you're not casting torpor. In which case, I get a bit of lag there. I think so. In which case, you're going to be regenerating, and I just can't. I can't get behind the. The torpor thing, negating the effects of regeneration. Just can't get behind that. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit about frontal stun immunity. It was something that I noticed a lot on Mugwort. I have to say, it was noticeable. I felt safer in kind of going toe to toe. I know that because frontal stun is I guess does what it says, what the name suggests, is that it protects against stuns from attacks that stun. And I could be. I'm not sure if as you get higher up, some mobs, their normal melee attacks kind of stun you. Melee attacks stun you, I should say. So you're looking at kind of bash and kick really, and once you've got a mob slowed, they're going to be bashing at a fairly low rate. I think it's kind of like 30 seconds or so. When you're kind of at level 60, I think probably. So yeah, that the frontal stun seems more situational to me. I think probably. I imagine it's a marvelous. When I've experienced it myself, parking yourself in a dungeon, put your back against a wall, and you've got a couple of mobs wailing on you. and knowing you're going to probably going to get that spell off 100%, I imagine that's pretty awesome. Well, I say, I imagine it is. I've kind of experienced it myself, and as I said, I did feel safer. I just felt safer playing an ogre when I had to get a spell off in combat. Whether a lot of that was like placebo, or I was trying to just yeah, kid myself into thinking that was the case, I'm not sure, but all I can say is I did notice it. I did notice the difference, but for me personally, nothing tops regen. I'm afraid that's the way I view it. I just don't think it does. I don't think that there's any way around it. So that's my choice. I think if you're you can't make a bad choice, so pick the race you want to play. That's the most important thing. The one you like the looks of. You want to play a polar bear? Awesome. Go for barbarian. You want to play a grizzly bear? Go for ogre. That's the way I look at it. You love that kind of beautiful barbarian sort of plate look that they get. Go for barbarian, because we're talking for efficiency. We're talking slightly more efficient. Obviously, when you look at the numbers for a troll over a long period of time, it becomes a bit frightening. Actually, you think to yourself, well, how could you pick anything other than a troll or an Ixar? But I guess you kind of got to rein it back and think of it in the sense of individual fights, I guess. And you're slightly more efficient. After that fight, your downtime may be more. If you've got torpor, I guess it probably wouldn't be, but not everyone's going to have that. So that's what I would say. I would say go for what you want, unless you don't care, and then I would personally pick a troll. That's just me. I'm sure I'll get shot down for that. But anyway, I'm going to stop here. What I'll do is I'll come back and finish up the video when I've reached my level target for this particular video, and I'll show you how much gold I've got, and I'll get my spells and stuff. So I'll speak to you again shortly. Hello guys, welcome back. Gorb here, and we've reached level 5. So this will be the last part of this video. That's kind of like my goal for the first video, I think, probably. And we've got, what have we got? We've got around 12 plat. So that was basically from killing mobs, selling rusty weapons and cloth armor, and turning in the lizzie meats as well. And that's it. That's all I've done, and that's kind of got me 12 plat, which I can now buy the rest of my level 1 spells and my level 5 spells. You would probably have more than that, actually, because it did get to a point where I started just killing higher level mobs to speed up the process. So you could probably end up gaining more than that. But that was it. That was all I did, and I've got 12 plat, and I can now buy my spells. Now, Zulort here, the Shaman guild leader, he has a quest. If you hail him, he wants some. If you say, I'm going to help, he talks about wanting, what does he want? Froglock tadpole fleshes. He keeps talking about he wants them, and then he says a warlord wants them. He's he's just getting used to do his dirty work, I think, by the looks of it. But I haven't done this quest, so I'll give him. I don't even know what I get. I haven't looked on the wiki. So let's see what we get. I can't imagine it's going to be a huge amount, but I just thought I'd give it a go for a laugh. Okay. A faction Shaman with the Shaman War got better, and we got a level 1 spell. Okay. Now, the Froglock tadpoles, there's plenty of them along that road that I was talking about. So what I didn't realise was that they drop cloth armour, which seems bizarre. Really weird. But anyway, kill the tadpoles, because if you get 4 skins, then you can turn them in and get a spell. I'm not sure if it's always Burst of Flame. But if you don't have Burst of Flame by the time you've got 4 skins, then, 4 fleshes, I should say. Then that's it. You'll be fine. Now, I should be able to now buy all of my spells that I didn't buy before. Feet like cat. Fleeting Fury. I don't even know if I want that spell, to be honest. Frost Drift, Gate. I'll buy it anyway. In the fire, I've got Minor Healing, I've got Scale Skin. I'll just buy all the spells, basically, so we've got them. I bought all my spells, I've still got 8 plat left. That's amazing. Let's just scribe them in. Scrubbing them in doesn't take too long. Drowsy. Drowsy's your first slow spell, which is, yeah, it's alright, you know. It's a level 5 spell. What do you expect? It's actually noticeable. You do notice the a difference in the mob's attack speed. So I've just been a bit OCD about my probably want that. Yeah, I'll leave that there. That'll be fine. Rather than having to muck about with my spell list later, I'm kind of get them in some sort of organisational setup early on, so I don't have to muck about at any point. Scale Skin's a bit of a weird one because I think it requires. Let's try it. I think Scale Skin requires a reagent, which is a bit weird. A bit weird for a sort of a level 5 spell. For you know, if you're a new character particularly. Let's check that out. Snake Scales. Okay. True North. I'm probably never going to use that spell, so I'll put it at the back of the book. What else we got here? I'll be wanting to memgate definitely. Oh, I've got a. Oh no, that's mine. I thought I had something I could sell there. I'm going to go put that in a bank. I like to keep my starter club and shirt just out of, you know, just out of, just, you know. Oh, I think I've just crashed the game. God damn it. Have I crashed the game? Oh, look, sorry about that. I did indeed crash the game. There's a bug that's been here for ages, actually, where if you minimise a chat window right down to the bottom, the game crashes. Still there, and it's annoying. I don't know if it was on live or not, but it's here. So that's all I'm going to be doing for this video. I've got all level 5, level 1 spells. Let's scribe some of those in. The Scale Skin. Let's see if someone actually sells any. Do you still sell? No, he doesn't sell snake scales for the spell. No, so none of them are going to. By looks of things. That's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Snake Fang. No. What's up here? It's weird, isn't it? They say show you a spell that you can't, at level 5, that you can't use immediately. Really weird. Oh, this looks like a residential area. There's some beds and stuff there. Let's go and look at an ogre bed made of stone. I guess that's all they need. Oh, there we go. Bit of ogre culture there. Kind of a rug type thing, made out of God knows what. And a bed. Which actually, the bed would be big enough for me. Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, it's funny they sell you a spell that you can't buy the reagent for. Weird. Maybe one of the shaman downstairs there have got it. Champed. Did we check her? Oh yeah, she got the snake fang. Corf. Snakeskin mask. Okay. Okay. Oh, no snake skin, no snake scales, which seems really weird. Really weird. I didn't see any. Well, actually, I wasn't killing any snakes outside. Maybe I should have killed some snakes, and I would have got some scales. Maybe. Okay. Rack, what about you, buddy? Rack sells bat wings, which I need to remember that for future. Snake scales. Cool. Let's buy a couple of stacks. I can now use. So, okay. I've got 2 of those. 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 2 of those So Harak sells. Hey, cool. Harak sells snake scales. Awesome. Anyway, guys, that's it. That is it. I can now be really fancy and memorise gate and just gate outside without having to run. There were some other things I was going to talk about in this video. I was going to say that I was talking about racial choices, but I didn't say why I chose Ogre. But it's probably obvious from the start of the video that I chose Ogre essentially for from a lore perspective. Basically, I kind of wanted to role play, and I've been reading up about lore, and yeah, and that was just what I wanted to play for that reason. You know, that was my thing. That's what I wanted to do. Feet like cat, I think, is agility, isn't it? Let's get rid of that. I like to have my spells in a certain order as well. It's a bit OCD, but there you go. Yeah, that was purely a lore choice for me, and like a role playing choice. And I kind of I'll show you at some point, but I kind of want to paint an ogre, ogre miniature. That'd be quite fun. I think that's drowsy. Well, I mean, I'll do. Oh, I've done gate. Okay, so I can. I'm going to change those around. Sorry. All in buffs at the bottom, apart from in a fire, which is the healing, so that's kind of at the top. I don't know why. I'm just changing those around. Your spell memorization does speed up. I think once you get meditate, it speeds up a bit. Depends on level as well. Level versus spell. But anyway, this has been the first video on Ommog's Guide to Ogre Shaman. Hope you've enjoyed it. If there's anything you want me to talk about, or you feel that I should cover, as I said, let me know. This is also going to be like a collaboration between YouTube and Twitch. So what I'll do is, YouTube will be videos like this where I update what's going on and where I've been and what I've been doing. And yeah, Twitch will be filling in the holes, as it were, filling in the blanks between those videos. So yeah, I'll super bits and bob on Twitch, and I might start doing that pretty soon actually.